Speaking of things I wish were a simulation, Elon is in the Epstein files. Sorry, how was that transition, Anastasia?
Beautiful. I loved it.
Really smooth.
You hear about these files?
Yeah, but this stuff's all over the news.
I, for one, am a big
ones?
fan.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of files. You know, I'm a computer guy.
Love to read.
These bad files, not good at all.
This will ruin files for
Normally
you,
I hear about files and I'm like, hell yeah, files. Elon is like doth protest too much, you know, like, because he was like, we didn't grab these, but there's all these quotes of Elon before it was revealed that he was in the Epstein files, where he's like,
yuck.
He's like, Trump's in the Epstein files. That's why they don't want them
Pretty
released.
embarrassing.
Like Epstein, that guy begged me to go on his island, and I said, no, Mr. Epstein.
Please, sir, please. You're like the Tony Stark of the modern day.
Yeah.
I said, no, you're a pervert.
I feel a dark energy emanating from you.
I'm playing Path of Exile.
I'm protected by the light. And by I mean a man in China is playing Path of Exile. And that's not racist. That's just a fact.
It's just a thing he did.
Oh yeah, time to drop the really big bomb. This is such a, like, Redditor core.
Yeah.
Like, okay, bro, you didn't need to.
Thanks for the gold.
I'm about to ult. Yeah, here goes nothing. That's what he says before an ultimate attack. You have like a cutscene.
Oh, it's
and it's like, now it's time for my big attack. Time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been public. Have a nice day, DJT. This was in the like moment during Doge when he was like beefing with Trump.
They're having a messy breakup.
They were having a messy breakup. And
then Trump was just like, babe, you're like you're the only one. And then he deleted all of it.
Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. So that's when we marked it, because we follow everything Elon says.
Yeah, and then he deleted it. So it was a good job we marked it.
And then the a tranche of is just a word only used to refer to the Epstein files. A tranche of Epstein files were released, and Elon, of course, is in the emails.
I just don't. Here's the thing, right? Like, it's like, if a friend of mine is like hosting a surprise party or something, I will avoid even mentioning a party, anything. I'll avoid everything because I am concerned that I will slip up and ruin it. If I was in pervert documents, I don't trust myself enough to like be cautious. Just don't talk about it at all. Like, don't bring it up ever. Don't even talk about Epstein. To be bold enough to be like, yeah, release those things that I'm in. Bet you won't.
I
what?
do. Yeah. The all of the Epstein emails are like subject line perversion, and then it's like such a nasty little life we lead. Winky face.
His email address is really funny too.
Wait,
JEE vacation.
Can we just look at today's news on X, the Everything app, where it says Epstein's bran muffin recipe sparks baking tests and backlash?
Okay.
And then it's another normal one. Bran muffin recipe.
That sneaks in at 5,700 posts, and the others are 700.
That clearly isn't a dude. This website does not work. Okay, so
why is he putting that in his files?
That's what I say. I love when it's like when they did the Bin Laden raid, and then afterwards in the files they had a bunch of like he actually had some hentai in there.
Yeah. It's like he's got an Animal Crossing save file. and yes, it's probably his kids, but let us imagine. Okay?
Right, sure.
Like, I don't know if any reason to have photos of Avril Lavigne on your computer is reasonable, quite frankly. I think whatever it was is an interesting subject point. Why that's not in Zero Dark 30, I'll never forgive Bigelow for that.
Yeah. They should have walked in on him playing Animal Crossing.
He's practicing wave dashes
Look,
in Melee.
Tom Nook has gotten people to do some pretty radical stuff. So
I needed the bells. jevacation@gmail.com. Why does he not have his own domain?
he just loves Gmail.
Oh, fair enough.
How many people will you be for the heli to island? Probably just Tallulah and me. What day/night will be the wildest party on your island?
That's really embarrassing.
It is really embarrassing.
Which day will have the most swag?
Right.
There's another email where he talks about being in St. Bart's or whatever.
So is the basic code that he's just like actively begging to come to the pervert island?
Well, so yeah, it basically like he's saying, oh, me and my wife are in town for, or not in town. They were like in the area because they were on St. Bart's. And then they were like, oh, we're nearby. Let's and you're like the Mr. Party. Can we come do the partying?
Please. What are they telling each other if it's not, hey, this is a pervert island? Like, how did you find out about it if you're not talking about the pervert
Well,
island?
maybe, like, a lot of the Epstein emails are like, what are you getting up to this weekend? You know. And then there's a bunch of stuff in the files from this about like literal trafficking, where it's just like, hey, send me these passports. This person wants to model, like, blah, blah, blah. And then Kimball Musk is in the files. And there's a lot of actually Elon's brother emails where it's like scheduling between him and, you know, one of the girls that's being organized by like a assistant. It's disgusting.
There's a Simpsons episode with a house of burlesque, and then there's at a certain point a photograph of various men from the town, photographs of men from the town
like
going
Ned
into
Quimby
it.
and stuff.
Yeah. And there's a Seymour Skinner, the principal Skinner's defense is, I was only going there to ask for directions for how to get away from there. And it sort of feels like Elon Musk's explanations are doing.
Yeah, I will say
Why would
that
I go there? It's illegal.
So I want to know where it was so my plane would never accidentally fly over it.
I went to stand there and shake my head.
So at least the one that we saw, and then one where they confirmed they're in St. Bart's, and there's like a timestamp. Vivian, friend of the show, Elon's daughter, confirmed that they were in St. Bart's at the time specified in the emails.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, at least lie where you go. It's so strange to me.
Well,
Maybe it's just money breaks your brain or something.
But there's an Elon tweet about what the quote unquote left does, which is deny everything, admit nothing.
I have been doing that.
And it's like, it's very much like what he's doing. Nobody has fought harder for the full release of the Epstein files and prosecutions of those who abused children more than I did, knowing full well that the legacy media, far left propagandists, and those who are actually guilty would admit nothing, deny everything, make counter accusations against me. This is a guy who made a Twitter account impersonating his own child. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, that was bold.
I knew that I would be smeared relentlessly, despite never having attended his parties or been on his plane or set foot on his creepy island or done anything wrong at all. That last part is like, or done anything wrong at all.
I've literally never done anything.
I was like, you can't say that, because like there's like, he's so many lawsuits. There's like, there's lawsuits about racism in Tesla factories. There's like sexual harassment lawsuits about him promising a horse and exposing himself to a woman on a plane.
Well, he didn't do it because he's never done anything wrong at all.
Things.
Even putting the name of the plane and like, whatever the hell they're calling it.
Well, yeah, why
I
would
don't
he
even
name
know
it?
the name
Why
of
would
it.
he use its full government name?
It's so called, is it Jeffrey, you said? Who? Who's Two-Rump? I don't know.
I'm, of course, cynical about those in power, but the Epstein files, which, of course, have been released only in part and heavily redacted. All the worst stuff is under lock and key still, but it's like that has just made it laid it bare that we are, you know, under the thumb of a cabal of stateless pedophiles. It's just like, what a fucking world this is.
With like the only major defense them having is, oh my God, why do you keep talking about that?
One of the crazy things about the redactions is that a lot of them don't make any sense. So it feels like they were just redacting stuff to redact it. Like there are a lot of instances in the files where we have multiple versions. So you have like some of the redactions not there, or some of the things in the files were already released to the public, yet when they've redacted them, they've like covered stuff up, and it's like, oh, we know who that is. So then you can start to use logic. Like there's a few instances where Jeffrey Epstein's name himself is redacted in the Epstein files, which is
like,
weird.
This could be anyone.
Or a lot of the
with his face and body.
A lot of the redactions are like protecting people who are very clearly co-conspirators.
Yeah, it's
or I guess would allegedly be co-conspirators who are in emails like planning stuff with.
It's like obscuring only Prince Andrew's ankles or something.
Yeah.
And then,
God.
Who knows?
The Prince Andrew stuff is so
doesn't
disgusting. Well, I mean, there was like new photos.
Yeah, really
and
wild.
they're so disgusting.
I think one of it is interesting seeing the inverse effect of like forced weaponized incompetence that the instrumental authoritarian bootstrap strongmen in positions of power have just kind of been like disseminating for a while. The government just screws everything up. Can you really trust them? Almost like reverse agitative propaganda to why push for change or over intellectualize stuff. You know what the government is like. Let's not focus on that. Let's just keep the midterms where they are. Blah blah blah. It is interesting seeing the actual seeds of the incompetence that they made on purpose just do a really bad job for them.
Yeah.
And now they're like, can you redact certain stuff? And they're like, okay, well, your entire team of like surveyors they're all 15 years old, and you've given them like $80 million a year.
Yeah, you gave like a bunch of like tweeny boppers, like top security, like top secret clearance.
They're like, what the hell is going on?
Speaking of like poor redactions, one of his like burner emails, they left in the files and left the password in. And so people like logged into the email and like started like mucking up the place.
They got into his Neopets.
One of the craziest things is like the alleged blackmail of Bill Gates.
Yeah, that's it.
Have you seen this?
No, I just saw that his wife was fully like, the reason I divorced him is because of the Epstein stuff.
And she was like hinting at that like when they first like separated, because there was this weird kind of haze around Bill Gates and Jeffrey Epstein. But in these emails, there was a exchange, I believe, in which Jeffrey sent it to himself. Yeah, in the email draft, it's like he alleges that Bill Gates got a STD from like one of the illicit encounters with, one of the trafficked people by Epstein, and then found out too late about it, and then may have passed it to his wife.
And then panically, tears in his eyes, emailing Elon.
And then he's trying to get, not Elon, yeah.
He was doing something else.
Trying to get ways to slip medication for the STD to his wife without her knowledge. I'm like, yeah, of course she's gonna want to divorce him over this.
Bro,
it's like insane. Like, because one random piece of lore is that in like 2020 or 2021, Bill Gates' team reached out to us to do an interview with him.
Wow.
And at the time, I felt like a conspiracy theorist, because like I was a little tech nerd, and I was like, oh, this is exciting. But then at the same time, I was like, I think that there's something with it was like, there wasn't a lot of information about the Epstein files. And I was like, I don't feel good about this.
What is this for?
And also I don't gain any, like it's not actually a good strategic decision for me. So we didn't do it. And it's the best professional decision I've ever made.
Plus it sounded like they were very controlling. They were like, you can't, it was gonna be a PR thing for them.
It was like for a book he was doing about pandemic or pandemics in general. But then he also did shit with like the AstraZeneca vaccine, and like was weirdly like gatekeeping, like for someone who like cares so much allegedly about public health, it like seemed to be caring a lot more about like IP of like vaccines and stuff. It was like stuff was getting weird around him.
He also, I mean, I don't know if he did it directly, but at one point in time, Steam made me change my username from Bill Gates as getting divorced to something else. And I can't help but think maybe he had something to do with that.
Did you see the Xbox Live stuff?
Oh, yeah. Epstein got banned from Xbox Live.
Oh, that's right. And then had a tantrum to Bobby Kotick, but I didn't read that. I avoided it because I also thought that'd be interesting.
And there's a lot of things that, again, there's so much circumstantial stuff that you can't really, say for certain. And then there's also a lot of claims in the files that are raw, like claims that were sent into the FBI that hadn't been corroborated and stuff. But there are some interesting things, like Christopher Poole, the founder of 4chan, I think there's like a alleged intro that happens and between Epstein and him, and then the poll, like the political subforum on 4chan, people are now positing that it was like a Jeffrey Epstein like
that's his code name
thing.
No one knows who it is,
because there is also stuff with like Peter Thiel. I don't know if Peter Thiel is ever mentioned in the files, but he has like all kinds of crazy opinions about like the world. He's like a weird, like, I don't even know what you would call him, like a narco fascist,
acceleration,
like AI accelerationist, but also he like wanted to build like cities on the ocean.
Yeah, he's trying to build Night City.
In the cities he wants to build are dictatorships, like basically run cities like companies. Like he's invested in a bunch of things like that. He also,
and he's literally doing cyberpunk.
He also, it's like he is like a financier of JD Vance, and JD Vance is somewhat of alleged puppet of
Just
his.
a handful of some of the most normal guys.
Yeah.
It's just like we're not even getting the fun part of cyberpunk.
No.
It's just the dystopia.
Yeah, we don't even get a gun with a big thing on it.
No, it just is an upward transfer of wealth. The formatting of this email is driving me crazy. Again, as someone with recently diagnosed OCD, that you could be this powerful and write an email with this like spelling and grammar this bad, with spacing this anarchic.
And you're famous for creating a computer with a word processor.
It is.
Maybe you made it on a typewriter.
This is Epstein's email.
This is Epstein. What I assume.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he has like he's borderline illiterate. Like
I assume he wrote this with his eyes closed on a BlackBerry with thick leather gloves.
It looks like copy pasta you'd see on like our gaming circles.
This is
It's
like
a green
SCP
text
lore.
like 4chan post.
This is the email that if you read it 3 times, your legs come off.
Yeah. So anyway, who knew the billionaire's not so nice?